Hello, hello, hello. Good morning and welcome to this weekend reading vlog. And today is not just any weekend, it's the 29th of January. So today is my birthday. So I thought it'd be fun to take you along on my birthday weekend. I've got some fun things planned, but I do have the entire morning to myself. So the very first thing I'm going to do on this blue skied sunny day that you can't see is some reading, and I thought I would try another tea from my advent calendar as well. So the next tea is actually Mint Refresh, a spring of peppermint, fennel and rose. And I'm not a big fan of mint, but I am a big fan of teas that include a bit of rose. It's one of my favorite flowers, as cliche as that is. So I hope this will be a nice tea. I'm gonna make it and see what I think, and I'm gonna be reading something easy, quick and not too stressful on my brain. It is my birthday after all. And I'll be reading Wired Up Wrong by Rachael Smith, which is a graphic novel that I requested for review. I read Quarantine Comics last year around this time, so I thought it'd be nice to read her next graphic novel collection. I'll show you a flip through, make a cup of tea, and then we get some reading done. So I'm just about to leave the house, but before I go, I thought I'd give you an update. So I just rewatched the first episode of Anne with an E because I thought it was right to rewatch the start of one of my favourite TV series at the moment. Between that and Hill House, it's a hard competition, but I decided to watch the first one of Anne with an E, which was great. I tried the tea. I was so pleasantly surprised. It will not be the last time I drink that tea. I think the mint was not too intense, which is what I think most mint teas get wrong, and the rose just added a really nice light touch to it. So I absolutely love the tea, would 100% vouch for it. And I also read all of Wired Up Wrong and finished it. I didn't even tell you what it was about the last time, but this is a graphic novel which is about Rachael Smith's experiences with depression and mental health. So it's a memoir kind of one, but it's not too intense. I absolutely raced through it in an hour, and that's really all you need. I really like her sense of art style. It's very simple. I've shown you a flip through so you can see what it's like, nice and colourful. And I think it did a very good job talking about depression and some of the other elements of her mental health journey as well. I will say that sometimes the panels feel a bit disjointed. It's not a linear story that we're following all the way through. Well, there is kind of a linear trajectory to it, but not every single panel links up to the next one, so it can feel a bit dip in and out, disjointed, but I think it kind of worked for what it was. Some of the panels felt very relatable, and it was just nice to see that on the page, and I really applaud Rachael Smith's honesty. She was just so open and honest about lots of the things that she went through, and it was just nice to see. I do think that underneath the panels, sometimes she wrote, well, most times she wrote a little sentence that kind of summarized the panels, and I don't think the book particularly needed that. I could have done without. It kind of drew me away from what was going on in the artwork and the speech of the panels, and I don't think it was a necessary addition. But other than that, I really enjoyed this one. It was something quick, it was something breezy, but it was definitely something meaningful, and you can tell how personal this is to Rachael Smith. And without further ado, I better leave the house because I don't want to be late. I am meeting up with my oldest sister tomorrow, and we are going book shopping. We're going to the trio of bookshops that are quite near each other, so Judd Books, Gaze the Word and Word on the Water. I've been to all 3 of them before. I've even taken you on a book shopping vlog with me, but they're some of my favourites and they're all very close together. I've got some gift money from my nana that I haven't spent, so maybe I'll pick up some books, probably, most likely. And after that, I'm going to be at her house for dinner, so let's go. We've got books! Books, books, books!
Actually, I wanted to take a picture of all my books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I've got so many. Brave New World.
Getting all the books out. Tamara, which books did you get?
I got all of these.
All of these! Who won this Monopoly card game?
Me.
No, I did!
You're fake news.
I
Donald
won the
Trump
game.
over there.
I won the game. Hello. It is Sunday afternoon, so we're already in the afternoon. I had such a great time yesterday book shopping with Tamara and also spending the evening with her boyfriend, just playing card games, winning, eating food. They surprised me with a cake, which was really nice, and just such a good dinner. So this morning, because I got home at like 1 AM, I was a bit tired, so I just thought I would make a cup of tea, relax and read something. And I thought it'd be a very good idea to read something that was actually given to me as a birthday present. So from Lakeisha L Book Nerd on Instagram, I got Blue is the Warmest Colour for my birthday. And I read all of it this morning. That's all I did this morning, was read this graphic novel. The colours that were used in this are all like cold, and the only colour really is the blue, and I thought that worked really well and I really liked the colour palette. But what this one is about a girl who really doesn't feel like she fits in, and she starts to have these daydreams after she sees a woman in the street one day about how much she is attracted to this woman, and her friend takes her to a gay bar and she realizes that she's a lesbian, and it's about her awakening to her sexuality. And to be honest, I thought this one was just okay. I really struggled with not liking our main character that we follow. I think she was a bit selfish and a bit self-centered, and I don't like the way that she treated the people around her. I think she really took them for granted, especially her best friend. I think she should have been way nicer to him and just given him more time. And as well as that, I think sometimes the scenes were a bit like choppy and could have been like tightened up just a little bit more. And it's dealing with this very interesting topic because she faces so much homophobia around her, and she also has a lot of internalized homophobia to work through. And I think it was interesting to read about that. I don't know why I've been reading books that center on internalized homophobia and trying to work through them so much lately, but it was interesting to see that, and I think it touches on that well enough. And so thematically it's good, artistically it's good, but I really struggled with characters that I just didn't like and therefore couldn't really fight for them and feel the emotions that I think you're supposed to be feeling at the end of this graphic novel. And there is one thing that's included in this, which I have mentioned in videos before, that I'm not really a big fan of, and I don't want to say what it is in case that might feel like spoilers to people, but there's something that I personally don't enjoy reading that much that was in this graphic novel, so that kind of hindered my enjoyment a bit. I've said a lot of negative things, so I think this one just balances out as an okay read for me. I'm very glad that I read it. I'm not sure if I will watch the film. Or one more thing I want to mention, just because I think it's a good thing to mention with graphic novels, there are depictions of sex that are on page, so if you're not a big fan of reading that visually, it does happen here. I've got a stack of books here. These are the books that I bought. Well, I didn't actually pay for them, but these are the books that I got on our bookshop tour, and I thought I would just run through the titles here, but I am going to include them in a future haul and talk about what they're about and why I picked them up more in a haul, but I still thought I'd just read the titles here because, you know, if you see book shopping in a vlog, don't you want to know what books the person got? So I got 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, The Illustrated Man by Ray Bradbury, Trumpet by Jackie Kay, Catch-22 by Joseph Heller, Luster by Leilani, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, and last but not least, I also got The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So those are the books. I am again about to leave the house because if your birthday was celebrated with family the day before, it means that the next day you celebrate with your friends. So I'm going to meet up with my friends and we are going to watch Lion King the musical, which is something I've wanted to see for absolutely ages, and I can't wait to watch the musical. I can't wait to see my friends. I'm going to be reunited with Faye, who I haven't seen since our year abroad in Australia, and it's just, I can't wait to see my friends. I think we're going to get food afterwards, and then it'll be the end of the vlog. Hello, it's Faye, returning after
2 years.
Yes, what are we having?
We're having donut time donuts, which I've also not had for 2 years, and chamomile tea.
Yes, and Faye got me some really nice presents. Wait, hang on. And Faye got me some very nice presents. The first one is The Nickel Boys by Colson, Whitehead, which I want to read based on Faye's recommendation. And the other is Strange Planet by Nathan W. Pyle, which is this very famous Instagram page with lots of really cute memes, and that's the book for it. Thank you, Faye.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'm here to just quickly wrap up and end this vlog. It's Tuesday actually, because I just had a lot going on and it was a busy start to the week, but watching Lion King the musical was absolutely amazing. They did such a good job with being creative with the stage, which you definitely expect they'd need to be, seeing as the Lion King is just dealing with animals and all of that. So I loved the movement on the stage. I thought that was spectacular. The singing was amazing. I really liked how they included some of the African original soundtrack with the Disney film soundtrack, so it's got both of those in there. Loved that. I loved Rafiki. I think Rafiki might have been my favorite because Rafiki, she was hilarious, she was fantastic, but I loved Pumbaa too. They nailed it with the Pumbaa casting and the way that Pumbaa was done. Brilliant. And I also really liked Timon. Just such a good musical, and I'm just so impressed with the puppetry and the amount of skill that I saw on that stage. More skill than I have in my entire life. I just gotta put it out there, but it was a really good weekend. I just had so much fun. It was so nice. But it's time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this little reading vlog. Please let me know in the comment section down below, when is your birthday, and if you had to have a cake for your birthday, which type of cake would you be choosing? Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video. And you know what they say, onwards and upwards. Excelsior!